Hashtag hardware drop, baby. Just like a cryptocurrency airdrop, except without all the scams, guys. What's up, guys? In today's video, I want to discuss something that you've probably read about before and you've probably watched videos on before. It's blockchain. You know what? It's never a bad thing to remember the values around blockchain, why it's important, how it works when it comes to consensus mechanisms, as well as how to get involved. This is one of the things that I love doing, is educating people around Bitcoin and blockchain technologies. Ever since 2016, some of you guys remember the YouTube channel Bite-Sized Bitcoin with the moniker Welcome to Bite-Sized Bitcoin, where we discuss and demystify Bitcoin and blockchain technologies. Well, for many of you guys who've heard about this before, this is going to be a great refresher. For those of you who've never heard of blockchain or Bitcoin before, today is your day. We're going to be breaking it up into 4 particular segments. First, we're going to be talking about blockchain, what it is, and why it's important. Then we're going to be talking about consensus mechanisms and how those work. Third, we're going to be talking about how we, here at Team Emirate, are leveraging Bitcoin and blockchain for the digital revolution of the future. And finally, the fourth thing, how you can easily get involved in Bitcoin and mining cryptocurrencies. Let's get into it, my friends. Understanding blockchain, the basics, and the revolution. You know, there may be no more important requirement for being a digital citizen of the 21st century than understanding blockchain. Blockchain is a system of recording and storing information on the web. Blockchain represents the cutting edge in digital infrastructure, the very principles around which the future of the internet is built. The goal of this particular video is to give you a comprehensive introduction to blockchain, both in general terms and as it pertains to our company. We'll explore the foundational mechanisms of blockchain and their implications for the digital world and introduce you to Emirates' intuitive products that will allow you to become part of the blockchain future. And the best part, guys, without any previous background knowledge required, you could be a complete noob. So let's talk about it, guys. Our 4-part overview, an introduction to blockchain technology. Blockchain was originally developed as a public transaction ledger of Bitcoin, a cryptocurrency. I'm sure you guys have heard about it before. For Bitcoin, blockchain is the essential guarantor of ownership and security. But how does it work? And how does it apply to the real world? Well, what is blockchain in simple terms? Let's start off with the basics here. Understanding blockchain technology starts with information. On the internet, you know and use every day. Information that is exchanged constantly, and asset transactions that are happening all the time, stored, in most cases, in centralized databases. You can buy or sell goods and send information to a friend or colleague using one of the millions of servers that make up the web. But if you know anything about the internet in its current state, you know about its susceptibility to information loss. Passwords are hacked, information is stolen, and no transaction is entirely secure. You might not know this, but whenever you buy a cup of coffee at Starbucks, there are generally around 4 to up to 12 companies that know about that transaction. Not very private, is it? You see, this is where blockchain comes in. Blockchain technology revolves around developing a trustless network. Trustless because no trust is required to ensure the security of your information. High efficiency, instant traceability, and information transparency revolutionize the way you can use digital infrastructure to store your data, own property, and trade goods. Heard of NFTs? And that's because it's so secure. Intangible assets such as cryptocurrencies, non-fungible tokens, and intellectual property, for instance, can be safely and reliably traded, with each transaction recorded in the blocks. So, what's an example of blockchain? Let's think about blockchain in action. Use an example. Say you want to buy a coat on the internet. In the infrastructure of the current web, you rely on your corporate guarantors and secure payment methods to complete a transaction and get your coat. Pretty basic, makes a lot of sense. The information about your purchase is stored in a central server that's built like a digital fortress to keep hackers away. Your information is encrypted and re-encrypted, masked, and stored behind layers of built-up security. And while that technology does its job in many cases, it's highly inefficient. From the standpoint of computing power alone, it wastes a large amount of energy every day to try to keep your information from being stolen. And even then, the security of your transaction and the information is not actually guaranteed, especially when the other party is not a well-known public seller. Let's just say, for an example, that a hacker breached the server and erased the record of your transaction. Your money would be lost without any legal proof that you ever bought your coat. And they might want to steal your credit card number too. I know I've been a victim of this before. What say you? While people might buy something mundane like a coat in an uncertain, risk-beset digital environment like that, why would anyone want to trade something intangible like a patent or something expensive like a house if a hacker could steal that information or erase a record of the transaction? Not a good look. It's not a sustainable security model for a changing digitalized world. Blockchain operates differently. It operates as a decentralized, immutable, distributed ledger. That means blockchain transactions is not executed in a central hackable server, but at any node that has access to the internet. These are essentially computers all over the world, and that's what makes it so great. Your data is all over the world, securely. Secure. In other words, the goal of Bitcoin and blockchain is to secure information by letting a network of computers create a record of it as opposed to just one. A dual layer is pseudonymous keys allows you to keep your information private and secure, and an unchangeable record of every single transaction or each block in the chain is added to the chain and kept there permanently. So you know and everyone else knows what happened. Each internet node involved in the transaction has a copy of the blockchain to guarantee its immutability. These smart contracts are legally enforceable. So, what things might make use of this blockchain? Let's talk about some use cases here. In the example of the coat, blockchain technology is used to guarantee you a record of your transaction. That might seem like overkill for something of a comparatively negligible value, but what happens if you want to trade, say, a cryptocurrency like Bitcoin, which is worth a lot of money, or something of high value like real estate through the blockchain? Well, since you're exchanging something significant, you'll want to be sure that that transaction is completely secure and recorded. Blockchain can guarantee and prove ownership of something you just can't hide in your basement safe. It's the same guarantee that allows exchange of non-fungible tokens or NFTs, such as digital artworks. You guys have seen a lot of that floating around, yeah? Those examples are just some of many financial applications of the blockchain, or what is called the DeFi or decentralized finance space. Blockchain technology is already being integrated into other industries like wireless, social media, transportation, and, we really need it, like voting systems. Eventually, every interaction in the world, be it just between a database and financial institutions or just individuals, could make use of this new technology. And that is so powerful, guys. At the end of the day, the entire world is going to be using this. Get on that train, baby. So, let's talk about consensus mechanisms. Let's dive deep into this and explain a little bit more about what consensus mechanisms are all about. So, what exactly does a decentralized web of computers do, and what do they look like? The blockchain confirms the validity of a transaction using a consensus mechanism. Cryptocurrency mining computers, or nodes in the blockchain, use their computing power to prove that an anonymous associated transaction occurred. In reward, they receive cryptocurrency for securing the network. Amazing. The first consensus mechanism introduced when Bitcoin launched was called proof of work. Now, proof of work is the mechanism by which competing decentralized internet nodes, or validators, complete a complex math problem to confirm the validity of a transaction. The first node to solve this problem wins the proof and is rewarded with cryptocurrency and creates a block in the blockchain that records the transaction. Proof of work is actually just one example of a consensus mechanism. As blockchain technology continues to evolve, a second common way to provide proof of a transaction has emerged. It's called proof of stake. Now, proof of stake does not involve any math problem. Instead, each node bets or stakes some cryptocurrency. A pending transaction is randomly assigned to a validator node, and if the transaction is invalid, the node loses some of its staked cryptocurrency, which in some cases can be a lot of money. Proof of stake is a more energy efficient than proof of work, which is why it has become very popular with many emerging blockchain networks. It ensures security and prevents fraudulent activity by having each participant in the network bet money on the validity of the transactions. Blockchain technology continues to grow and develop. That's what's so great about it. We're figuring out better ways to create consensus and better ways to improve the security of the network. The principle of consensus mechanisms is ripe for innovation. So let's talk about a third example. A third mechanism has begun to emerge in the decentralized wireless space, the place that we play in, guys, or DY as it's called proof of coverage, which sees competing nodes send out signals to other nodes in the area and challenge each other for the validity of the signal. That's a consensus mechanism used on the Helium IoT network that Emirates has begun to innovate with. So let's talk about Emirates' involvement in the blockchain and maybe even your part in the blockchain explained. You see, our company here at Emirates is a distributed blockchain infrastructure company, creating passive income opportunities for consumers and businesses through cryptocurrency mining. That's right, we'll give you the miner for free, baby. Joining Emirates means aiding in the construction of a Web 3.0, a new generation of internet infrastructure, including applications like Helium's IoT network or the Internet of Things network, and the world's first decentralized wireless network built on blockchain and Emirates' first blockchain partner. Helium's IoT network connects physical objects that are embedded with sensors to the internet. Think of smart homes that can turn on your stove if you accidentally turn off your stove if you accidentally leave it on, or a smart business that can track assets all over the world, and smart cities that can tell you where you can find an empty parking space on the street. A real-world blockchain application that you can profit from. Amazing. So many tokens, so many coins out there, guys, with no real use cases. But Helium, IoT, plus Emirates, now we're cooking with fire, guys. So, does this sound complicated? Not really, guys. It couldn't be less so. Literally, you don't need to be a whiz coder to start mining cryptocurrency. Emirates has created a cryptocurrency mining experience that's as easy as plugging in your device and connecting it to the internet. That's what we're all about, guys. Emirates, Helium, making you money. So let's talk about it. How do you get started mining Helium's cryptocurrency? Well, you need a Helium miner or a hotspot. Emirates subsidizes the cost of the mining hardware and you get a share of the cryptocurrency rewards. You also get access to the Emirates mobile app and a dashboard to manage your hardware and cryptocurrency earnings. You don't have to do anything other than connect it to a power and the web. No math or money is required. In essence, you'll be plugging in a device that uses the energy of a 5-watt light bulb and earn cryptocurrency as a reward. In many cases, it's like 25 cents a month. Not too shabby for earning free crypto. 25 cents electricity, earning free crypto, sign me up, baby. Anyway, the stuff that you mine, well, those cryptocurrency is yours to invest in or even exchange into fiat currency. Money, in the traditional sense, cash. Sounds too good to be true? Well, my friends, it ain't. We benefit from the deployment of distributed blockchain infrastructure just as much as you. And you provide the energy and the internet connection. We provide the hardware, also known as the world's first #hardware drop. We share the earnings, baby. It's a mutually beneficial way to create the web of the future. And it's what we've called Emirates, that's you were getting it again, #hardware drop, baby. Just like a cryptocurrency airdrop, except without all the scams, guys. So, what exactly is the hardware we use to mine Helium? Well, let me introduce you guys to the Emirates Cool Spot experience. It's the Cool Spot. Here's our version 1. It's amazing. It looks great. So, a Cool Spot is a node in the Helium network. It puts out the IoT wireless signal and passes the data onto the Helium network, earning you Helium cryptocurrency, or HNT, in the process. Essentially, you will be building new blocks in the Helium chain without even lifting a finger. It's that easy, guys. Helium mining is a rich and interesting topic we'll cover in greater detail in future videos and future blogs. Make sure to check those guys out. For now, learn more about our cool spot. Check out the links below, guys. Check out our Get Started page and sign up today for a free cool spot. There's no easier way to get into blockchain-based technology. Set it up in your home and start earning cryptocurrency immediately. So, what's the conclusion of all of this, my friends? The future of the internet and understanding blockchain isn't that easy. Precisely because it goes against everything we were taught about the internet. It's decentralized, right? It's a people-driven approach to securing information and creating networks that don't rely on traditional structures of authority and power, right? That's the problem. It's clear that blockchain networks are the future. They offer way too many advantages for everyone, from businesses to normal people, not to be a part of it. Hopefully, this video has given you a better grasp of what blockchain technology refers to and what it does. So in summary, we've explored the foundational uses and dynamics of blockchain technology and how it differs from current systems of digital interaction. We also talked and used an example of online purchases to explain why blockchain technology and its immutable ledger are essential to the future of the web and your digital security. We introduced some key concepts around consensus mechanisms and distinguished proof of work, proof of stake, and proof of coverage. And of course, we introduced our company, Emirate, our plans to build the digital infrastructure of the future in a mutually beneficial way with you. And we introduced you guys to the helium mining and the cool spot, the subsidized, no-fuss way to start mining cryptocurrency. Thanks for being a part of this video, guys. We will continue to dig into the details of blockchain technology and explore processes like helium mining in the future. But if you're going to take one thing away from this video, my friends, it's very simple. It's the introduction of blockchain. It's that you don't need to be a computer scientist to take advantage of the digital infrastructure revolution. You can play a necessary part in making the decentralization of web processes possible. So, you want to join the revolution? You want to make some chang while doing it? Sign up, guys, and join Emirate today and claim your stake in constructing a better digital world. And we're just getting started, my friends. Stay tuned for our upcoming Planet Watch miners and much, much more.